very commendable what they've been able to put together. Special kudos to the technical crew, especially to some of the players as well that have managed to keep fit. You can't say the same for some of the teams that came together from the NNL. Step forward, Doma United, who were top of the table and at some point went unbeaten in 10 games, but now they are the doldrums of relegation and they're relegated already, I think. You know, it's not the same thing for this Kastina United. And you can see the way they are playing with the ball. They're not just a team. You said something about showing the walking. This team indeed has shown they are walking, and they've been absolutely fantastic.
Daojo in midfield, it's a brilliant piece of skill now. Looking to play in Sikiru Alibi in. Speaking for the referee's voice, actually Frank Moena. And as well, caught out, picked up now Aziz Falulu in the centre of the park.
Good to see Frank Moena back. A lot of the fans here do feel that Alimi Sikiru enjoys this relentless partnership, this brotherly love from Frank Moena more than any other striking partner. And it gives him this level of confidence. You just go out there and, you know, move forward and get the job done.
And Sheon Dunsi, good to see him back in the side. Very fleet-footed wing back. And that's going to be a foul. Ziggs Falalu, that challenger, Nadidayo Olamileka, about 40 yards away from goal. And a chance for the Sky Blue Stars to create something.
All the fans are looking forward to whether or not, you know, Alimi Sikiru will probably just get on a couple of goals himself today. But that right there could also mean a recipe for pressure. He needs to take this game the way he's taking other games as well, calm, collected, and above all when his chance comes, because his chance will come, he should be ready to put it at the back of the net. But it's good to see that there's a bit of flexibility in this team that's put out by Daniel Ogunbodede.
And Duka! Well, that's what you get from the skipper. A stinging effort. And Pius Ibrahim needed to be switched on. Brilliant strike by the captain, hoping to score his third of the campaign. Corner kick, Remo Stars.
Indeed, I wasn't expecting that particular shot to end up stinging the hands of the goalkeeper, but he did. Good power behind it, and the goalkeeper also, you know, did well, just covering enough ground to get to the ball. But that right there shows intent, right? Isn't it, from Remo Stars early on in the game? They want to get the very chance and put the ball back out of the net ASAP.
Ball into the box that time, and Frank Moena. Actually, that was a chance begging some real miscommunication involving Frank Moena and Sikiru there.
Yeah, they look alike actually. With their physically, yeah, their hairstyle, body structure, you know. But again, I just like Frank Moena. I mean, who wouldn't? He's a tireless worker for the team. They missed him, right? Some people even say that, you know, it's possible that because it was unavailable for selection, you know, that's why they were unable to pick those all-important full value on the road. That saw them lose the NPFL title. But he's back now. A good time for the activities for the preseason as well as the continental duties. Should Remo Stars get there? It looks like they're going to get there.
Where would you say the title was lost?
I think match day 20, between match day 26 now to 29, I think they didn't pick up any points. They also struggled away from home at some point, and I think that right there was where they lost the particular game. And again, there was a small, tiny, should I say, drought for their big man Sikiru Aliemi at some point. It was stuck on 13 goals for a while. And when you put all those together, those would probably just say, well, that's where we lost the particular league. And sometimes you can't fault the delivery of Sadiq Ismail. It's an assist machine, you know, but sometimes you just need another player to put in 2 or 3 or 4 assists in between. And today, the left man, Sheon Ogunibido, is nowhere to be found this season. It's not sparkled. It's not been stellar as we've known him to be in recent times. And I think that right there was where they lost the league.
Well, guess what? There's something really big happening in Benin because Bayelsa United have taken the lead against the Benin Arsenal. Now, that's a game to look out for as well. We'll try as much as possible to take you through the centres. Bayelsa United surely need to win to be sure of a place in this league come next season. It's about 5 minutes in Ibadan. Shooting Stars nil, Sporting Lagos nil as well. But what a statement of intent now by the boys from Yenagoa.
Indeed. And by their standards, they've not had a very bad season if you watch them play. But unfortunately, results don't go their way. I have no idea how they, sometimes the games they're expected to win, it just doesn't happen for them. But they need to probably just stick it into the Bendel Insurance boys now and make sure they get this particular win. It will be absolutely important for them. Another one to look out for is what you mentioned, Shooting Stars versus Sporting Lagos. Two teams that are fighting for something different. One for their life, another for a chance at getting into that continental discussions for the first time in a while. It'll be nice to see what that game look like. But so much high points this season, Anthony. So much high points, so much low points. And, Remo Stars they're on the other side, which is the high point of the season.
Well, depending on how you like to look at it from, because Daniel Ogumedele expressed disappointment. The team not being able to meet its target, but I'm sure that he'll make do with a place on the continent. It's an upward climb, Remo Stars. No question about that. And that's a foul that time. And that will be called back by the centre referee, Adedayo Olamileko, going into that challenge. I think the centre referee, Patrick Egba, would do some talking to. That'll be a free kick, not for Remo Stars, but for the away side.
I talked about flexibility earlier. Adedayo Olamileko is coming in a position where he often comes into the second half. He barely starts, but it's good to see him start, and maybe it could be some tweaking, some tactical tweaking, on the path of Daniel Ogunbodede.
Stanley Joseph in defensive duty in that left-hand channel of Remo Stars' defense. By the way, Rangers are leading in their final game of the season against Gombe in Jos, which will see the Premier League title handed to them. The Nigerian Football Federation President Sheil Gusel, as well as the NFF board members as well, very present at that centre. Half-time in that game. Well, 10 minutes of action played here. Remo Stars near, Kastina United near. I think that really inside this opening 10 minutes, Kastina have shown they can play the football, not shy at all. And Remo Stars gradually walking their way into ascendancy. What has worked for them on this ground this season?
The fans.
Oh, that's a brilliant turn by Dio Joe. Frank Mawena, ball into the box. And what a timely intervention by Stephen Menyo. Yeah, that would have been on a different day and on goal, but good cohesion with himself and the goalkeeper, Pius Ibrahim.
I think Frank Mawena could have delayed that ball just a little bit. And here's why. In that kind of position, you have to make sure your striker is either at the position already where you want him to be, or the ball you would give him has to be forward. That ball was directly hit to the defender, and that right there is big trouble. But again, I mean, I like the fact that they are putting themselves in this particular position. You asked a question earlier that what has worked so well for this team, Remo Stars. I think it's the camaraderie on and off the pitch. These boys genuinely love themselves. You see the way they banter off each other. At the beginning of every game, we're here to have the privilege of seeing this stadium when it's very empty, when it's very filled to its capacity. And you see when they want to start their game, they have this small, mild gist. They walk around the turf. They make it their own. They know every blade of the grass here. And above all, they have this sense of oneness and unity. Right? Everybody watch out for each other. They see each other like brothers and all. Right? So that right there is absolutely important. And I think that right there was a good recipe for Daniel. And now he needs to capitalize on that now, going to the continent where a Nigerian team hasn't been into the group phase of the CAF Champions League since 2016, 2018, thereabout. So now that right there should be the target as well.
Well, a number of them have fallen by the wayside in the qualifying series. Remo Stars themselves last season couldn't get past Medema to qualify to the group stage. Were knocked out via penalties on this ground as well. Wasn't the very best of ways to start the campaign. But yeah, it's not really about qualifying now, is it? What do you do when you get towards the qualifying series? Because you really need to go through a couple of these hurdles now. Diojo with that pass from deep. Well watched by Ubeng Williams. Now they come forward. Stopped in a stride by Ahmed Akinle. Jide Fatagun picks up the ball. Upfield into Diojo, the Shaw Odunsi. Very exciting player now, Shaw Odunsi. Looks very fleet-footed as well. Now they come forward. Peter Olashikpo has drifted into a central position and now out wide to Moses Effiong. Coach Daniel Ogumade did say that one of our greatest undoing was not going away from home and picking as much points. Ironically, it was what Enugu Rangers capitalized on in the second half of the campaign. Fine lines, fine margins now, isn't it?
When you lose the league by what now, maybe 5 points or thereabout, little less than double figures, you have a feel that you're almost there, and it's important to pick that. I know it's painful, I know it is quite disturbing, but it is also important to understand that that's a step in the right direction. You know, I don't think in sports, I don't think you fail in sports. Sometimes you have a directed level of success, and he said it, that they wanted to win the gong, they didn't get it. They can get it next season. They can capitalize on what it is they've achieved in this particular season and move on from there. And it's always commendable to see players and teams put themselves forward every time. Maybe they could have done better away from home.
Olamileko looks up, cannot find the pass. And the running just in number 10. About 4 players in this starting lineup are making their 34th appearance of the campaign. Tell me about consistency. One of them is Sikiru Alimi, of course, who is searching for his 16th, maybe 17th, and who knows, 19th. Could score an hat-trick. You never know.
You just never know these days, do you?
Jide Fatagun has got 34 appearances as well. And Ahmed Akinle dipping defense. We're not forgetting Unduka Jr. as well. And so it's been...
Unduka must have played like 50 games already. Man is so consistent.
Absolutely.
He runs on irons, that man. And it shows you again, one of the reasons you mentioned, what are the things that make this team different. It's that when a coach knows that he can get over 30 games from a player in a season, the conditioning is right up there, the physical abilities is right up there, and above all, the willingness to do these things for the team, to put yourself forward every time. It's absolutely crucial for a football team like Remo Stars that are going places. And when you have those, and you don't even need 11 players like that, you just need maybe a few, maybe 6 or 7 that could rub off positively on every other player.
Ball into the box this time, and needed some really adept handling of the ball by Pius Ibrahim. Really good goalkeeping, those Sikiru lurking, those Frank Mawena as well into that 6-yard area. A bit of worry now because Pius Ibrahim is currently down inside his own 6-yard area. I think Ubeng Williams as well in that mix. The medics will try to attend to both.
Maybe he took one for the team, because that right there was, I mean, that's why Sadiq Ismail is an assist machine, like we called him. That right there is one of the best footballers anywhere across the continent of Africa right now. The way he whips the ball in with so much intent, with so much drive, is almost second to none anywhere right now. And that has earned him the Super Eagles call-up. And we say for his sake, long may he continue, because he genuinely deserves to be there, just for the sheer quality he brings. When you take out his 12 assists, how many now? 13, 12? When you take it out of the goals for Remo Stars, you wonder how many you have left. But that right there is a goalkeeper committed to the cause. He was able to dive down early and get the ball out of danger, putting his body on the line. But that's what goalkeepers do. And well done, Pius.
Some really criticised Sadiq Ismail in the maybe 20 minutes he played in the World Cup qualifiers against Benin Republic. A lot of backlash as well. He seemed to struggle to settle in that game. Maybe needed some time, and some really criticised Finidi George, who have now tendered his resignation. Given the circumstance of the game, Sadiq Ismail was thrown into the fray a bit unpreparedly. Not sure what you think about that.
I think it's absolute nonsense. Whoever says that obviously hasn't watched Ismail. The team was struggling. Everyone on that team was struggling. Why single him out? Why criticize a lad who's just making his debut for his fatherland? If it's easy, go wear a jersey and put it on. That right there is a young man who's trying to make a name for himself. Yes, maybe he didn't cover himself in glory, but 20 minutes, it's not enough for you to judge the very best of players. If 20 minutes is the best of players, then we'll probably not hear the names of some great players who fluffed their lines even at their biggest of debut. Debut rather. So yeah, I think the whole team was struggling, and yeah, we shouldn't single out that young man for anything. But here is where he's loved, by the way. So if you don't love him on the national level, they love him here.
Oh, that's a brilliant touch. To the far side, Ismail will smack the ball into that 18-yard area.
And you see what he wants to do every time he gets in that position. He understands the movement of Frank Moena and Ali Misikiru. They want the ball early. They are not the most fleet-footed strikers. No, they are lanky men. They're not expected to cover 90 kilometers per hour, But what they do have is timing and positioning.
Now they come forward. Olamaleka to Sadiq Ismail! And Dialdo probably will get the goal. I think Sadiq Ismail will get it. Sadiq Ismail opens the floodgates in Ikene. Surely the sun is shining and Remo Stars are beaming with confidence. Into the opening 20 minutes. Sadiq Ismail produces a goal this time, not an assist.
Indeed. Very well done. I mean, talk about silencing your critic. We just mentioned him now, and then, he probably just said eggs to the faces of the critics right there. Brilliant goal, by the way, by the defender. Got into that space. Some would have said you could probably just cut back to, Ali Misikiru, but man, his eyes was already lit up when he saw the goalkeeper out of this position, and what a way to finish. And I like when the ball goes into the inside of the post and goes into the net. He just adds a bit of beauty, and well-deserved goal. They've been a better team so far, but not taking anything away from Kastina United. But Remo Stars deserved that goal.
What a start by the Sky Blue Stars. As is Falulu looking to find the run of Moses Effiong, and that far left-hand channel was always rising. Out for a goal kick, Vincent Adafe, one of the goalkeepers who have been giving a running in the final few games of the campaign. And that's a poor pass that time. Good work by Ahmed Akinyele. Not excited with that pass from Vincent Adafe.
I'm sure he wasn't excited himself, Vincent. I mean, it's called the commentator's jinx here. When you probably just start praising a player, it does the complete opposite. But I think he deserves his run. He's been in the fringes of this team for a while, and it's good to see that, Kade Bankole can also rest and relax and allow this young man to also, find his footing in the team.
And really so much to look out for in this Remo Stars' team. Possession pinched away by Moses Achere Effiong, and makes a mess of it.
Should have passed the ball. Effiong should have passed. He had another player that was there waiting in the wings. He should have definitely passed the ball.
Frank Moena comes in from behind to win possession. To Sikiru Alimi. Oh, can't get to it. And now picked up from deep. Chideraese on this right-hand channel for Kastina United. Lost for ideas. Picked up by Remo Stars. Moena kept alive by Sikiru on the byline. And that had crossed the line. Goal kick to the Kastina United team.
You have an extra feeling that in the mind of some of those players, they'll be like, okay, so we got a goal already. It's 1-0 to us. How about we feed Sikiri Alimi now? Let's see if at all they can get that particular, goal in. But because things like this, in a way, helps the team, helps the level of exposure of the whole club as well. I remember when Sadiq Ismail won a Super Eagles cap, the invitation. It was all over social media. Remo Stars, we saw the coach talk about everything and saying there's more to come and all. Things like that have a way of galvanizing the team, making them believe in themselves, and above all, giving them that sense of will to just do more.
And that goal, his first of the campaign. Would you believe that? Coming on the final day for Sadiq Ismail.
First goal?
I mean, interesting, really.
Indeed. I mean, there are players that when you ask them in football games or quizzes that which would you prefer, goals or assists, is one of those players that will say assists because you'll probably don't ever get in on the goal, but not today. Maybe you're just showing everybody that, hey, I have this side of goal scoring to my game as well.
And, goalkeeper Pius Ibrahim of Kastina United seem to be struggling. I'm sure he will shrug that off. In the meantime, the K-Boys are back on the way. Playing from left to right in this first half. Red top, white shorts, red socks. And of course, they need no introduction, the Sky Blue Stars. And still no goal in Ibadan. Shooting Stars nil, Sporting Lagos nil. But of course, Bayelsa United with an early strike in that game. Oh, that's a good one now. Well, spin out wide. A strike comes in. And, that was promising from Steve Magno. Needed to be better with the precision.
I expected more from Steve Magno. He's been around for a while, so yeah.
Ubang Williams now parting.
Indeed. And yeah, both of them have been around for a while, yeah. So yeah, I expect a little bit more. You had the old chance to, decide what you wanted to do with the ball, not fluff your lines that way.
25 minutes played. Remo Stars 1, Kastina United nil. Sadiq Ismail with the goal. And that's a poor defending now, picked up by Shawan Dulce! Off the crossbar! Secure organisingly. And the fans out here truly know that's a big chance missed.
The ball came in very, very heavy, but I like the fact that I was able to adjust his body and his head to direct it towards goal. But that one just coming off the crossbar, and you can see what it meant to him. But I think he will get more chances. I know definitely he will get more chances. You just need to keep putting yourself in that position, keep being there, keep pushing, keep creating that particular space for yourself, and the time will come. It's getting closer.
Frank Moena, and the challenge by Stephen Mango. Running jersey number 6. One of the trusted centre-backs of this Kastina side. We sometimes see him partner Aliyu in that heart of defence. Can play at full-back positions as well when he needs to. 17 victories of 18 on this ground this season. 19 in total. And the Remo Stars searching for the 20th victory of the campaign. Lost 12 games. Now Aziz Falolu out wide to Moses Acherefion. On that far side. Looking for options. The man in jersey number 7. Goes all the way to Usman Baroua, the captain. And that just all the way to Vincent Adafe.
Kastina United haven't really played badly, It's good to see that they've got this very level of understanding, which is quite decent as well. And the way they defend, you can see they defend in numbers. I mean, they do so, they attack in numbers as well.
Jide Fataku, precise. Sadiq Ismail, and the strike! Dialdo finally gets his goal. And it's a dream start for Remo Stars. Simply unstoppable. Dialdo.
For a player that does a lot of work for the team, that does a lot of running for the team and creating some beautiful passes and creativity right up there, he needs to get goals in his game. And boy, was that a way to announce your arrival on the last day of the season. Absolute power behind that shot. And the defender tried keeping it out, but at the end of the day, he encouraged the ball to go into the back of the net. And you cannot say that he doesn't deserve his goal, Dialdo. He's one of those players that I've always said here that when he chooses to play, Anthony is almost unplayable in that position. His low sense of gravity makes it very difficult for him to shake off the ball. And when he's on the ball, it's such a joy to watch. And what a goal as well.
On his 30th appearance of the campaign. His third goal of the campaign as well. For Dialdo. A real delight to watch. Well, the other time he arrived late into the box when the ball had already crossed the line, and he was a bit unhappy after that. Boy, has he received his own share of the cake now.
Yes, indeed. And what a cake, actually. Everybody wants a bite in now, don't they? The fact that they know for a fact that Kastina United are currently struggling. And it looks as though that the likes of Sikiru Alimi will probably just want in on this as well. It doesn't seem to continue.
Pius Ibrahim is currently down, and surely I think he's done. Takes off his gloves, and there's that sense of finality. Which of the challenges would you reckon is responsible for that?
The ball that came in earlier, and he had to dive at the foot of the striker. He put his body on the blind. We said it earlier, because when he picked that ball, he had to shield himself with his back. And if you notice earlier in the game, after that incident that occurred, he was clutching his arm, his neck area. He was trying to wriggle his hand and through the socket of his elbow, just trying to make sure that he feels it right. And every time Kastina are in possession, Kastina are in possession of the ball in the opposition half, we see him just lay down for a while, just breathing in, breathing out, stretching his hand and seeing whether or not he can continue, but I don't think he can. He kicked the ball out earlier, and before then we cited him, even without the cameras being on him, that this young man is struggling, and right there is a confirmation.
35 years of age, a very experienced goalkeeper. His 18th game of the campaign, signed from Plateau United after 4 seasons. And Wiki Tourist made 47 caps for them. Played twice for Plateau last season. He was in goal when Plateau hosted Remo Stars last season. Remo Stars won 2-1. Adams Olamileko and Adedayo Olamileko scoring that day. Also featured in the 3-2 home win over Sunshine Stars at home. He was in goal for the 4-0 win. And so this could probably just be, it seemed to be dazed Pius Ibrahim. And play will stop momentarily. I'm sure the referee will be adding all of this at the end of 45 minutes. 2-0. Remo Stars control. Kastina United, lack of it.
Football can be quite cruel, yeah? I mean, when you look at the scoreline like that, you genuinely think that Kastina United haven't done anything in the game. But, yeah, maybe on the score sheet, but they look very decent in possession. Now they need to, for sure, try to... I mean, maybe because they have a feeling they're already safe for the season, we shouldn't do too much. But I think it's important that if you're in it, you are in it to be part of it and maybe win it if you can. A win may be a fast stretch. I mean, maybe not too early to talk about winning now, but it's important that they need to get the next goal in this game. Just to avoid that complete blowout, which we've seen Remo starts do to a number of teams here. Once you get the first 2 goals early on in the game, there's a chance that you will be suffering, just like Pius is suffering right now. None of the goals are his fault, to be honest, and you can see the fans already cheering. Well, nobody wants to see a player leave this early.
Yeah, get some applause. Pius United still leading. That goal inside the opening 6 minutes have taken them to 14th on the table. And Sporting Lagos currently in the relegation waters, 17th, still 0-0 in Ibadan. And Enugu Rangers leading against Gombe. We'll be hoping to hit the 70th point mark for them in a title winning campaign already. And Aladum Kalimba gets a handshake from Daniel Ogumodere. Aladum Kalimba will get ready to come on board. Interestingly, both players played at Wiki Tourist one time or sometime. Aladum Kalimba and his teammate have just left the pitch. And Pius Ibrahim. And it's 2-0. 2-0 in Benin. Bayelsa United have increased their tally. Terrific ton of events in Benin. Bayelsa really pushing strong. And we've talked about really, Bendel Insurance have had a really good season at home. But you reckon that Bayelsa, with more motivation, with what was at stake or what is at stake, Tekena scoring that goal, or Corey put them in front inside the opening 6 minutes, and Guerrero, what a performance that is.
Indeed. And that right there changed the entire landscape of the activities at the base of the table.
And so you go, Aladum Kalim. He's not a Nigerian, he's from Central African Republic.
Fascinating to get the kind of applause he got. I mean, I was wondering, maybe he used to live in Ikene here because of the way he was received by the fans, but it's good to see that the Ikene fans are warming. They're very affable people. They're very nice people, and yeah, it's nice to see that level of love. And one of the things about football is when the goalkeeper is substituted, it takes a longer time for it to happen. Yeah, it takes a longer time for it to happen.
Maybe the position on the pitch,
yeah, indeed,
and having to walk through, and yeah,
he has to get a bit of warmth in his muscles as well, you know, to get the muscles get ready as well.
Well, he's being jeered by the fans just behind his goal. And that's a hard header. The referee looking to play the advantage. Will be a yellow card, and the very first in this game. And it will be Steven Magnier receiving that caution.
Not a good sight. Not for Sikiri Ralimi, not for the players, not for the fans who want him to come here and score goals and, you know, just be in the conversation for the highest goal scorer. And Sikiri Ralimi is that kind of player that if it's not serious, he wouldn't be down. He's not one of those players that does things to get players yellow carded or red carded, or for chasing clouds on social media, or, you know, just wanting to be the guy, you know. And you can see the keeper, the Amduni, is still very much stretching, because that right there is the, I mean, who knows the last time he saw action, you know. No disrespect to him, but that right there is one of the truth of being a backup goalkeeper. He's still stretching and trying to just get in shape.
He was in goal the last time they played Bendel Insurance. It was a 2-0 loss in Benin.
Match day what?
Well, that was pretty much 3 match days ago. Match day 54, if you reckon.
Fair enough. Before then?
Well, he's had about 18 stints. It's his 19th game of the campaign.
Not bad as well. Yeah, so it's not that rusty. It's definitely not rusty.
You really needed to get my numbers really revving in my head. I'm sure I was up to the task. Well, Bayelsa United, big news, leading in Benin. against Bendel Insurance. For Sporting Lagos, I'm sure they already know the current situation of things now. Hard one, really, for them. But they've got to get their heads in the game and just hope for the best. It's the final stretch and everything is possible.
They got to throw everything in it now. It's not only their heads they need in the game. They need every part of their body in the game. You know, their boots, their tummy, their backs, everything. Put it in there. Because at this point, it is make or break. It's that simple. You lose the game, you go home. And home is NNL.
Effiong quite skillful for sister season. The cross from Ubong Williams. Flicked by Falulu. And the strike comes in well blocked away that time. And this time it will come all the way from Saleh Mansour. By the way, no player, outfit player, have featured in more games than Stephen Manuel, the man in jersey number 6 who picked up that yellow card 35 times he's featured this season. Only 3 games he's missed.
Well, we said something about him being around for a while. He's a tough customer, tough cookie to crack, but a very solid performer as well. I mean, needless to say that he's one of those players that first name on the team sheet, definitely. And you need players like that around you, right? Players that can give you stretch 30 games, who you can call up on any time to serve.
Peter Olashipo on that far left-hand channel has drifted to the wing of Moses. And Moses now drifting inside. Ubong Williams on that far side, dipping ball into the box. And, well, Michael Ibe, the control was poor that time. Picked up by Dio Joe, switching play brilliantly. Remo Stars now come forward. Sadiq Ismail. $55 points, 41 goals, 37 conceded. Kastina United this campaign. To know that they won 2 in the opening 7 games. Frank Moana. Sadiq Ismail, Steve Manuel, almost shaky that time, managed to get the ball away. Now Osman Barrow, the captain, gliding through, retaining the ball, play switched to Eze. This is Falulu, and this time will be mopped up by Mansour Saleh, upfield. I mean, Remo Stars feel like they've got this under control. By the way, there's a bit of worry now. And does look to be Frank Moana.
The coach wouldn't like this particular site, especially for a player who's just coming in from a very, very long stretch on the injury table. I mean, Siane Keme Okon, I think Adamson as well, just trying to get to warm up and all, but he went down unchallenged actually. He just went down, maybe he felt something. And we can see him clutching his face as well. Whatever it is, I hope it's not something serious that would keep him for as long as he was away for earlier. You know, what a player Frank Moana is. It's telepathic kind of relationship that he shares with Ali Misikiro was also missed, and in a way could also be said that it's one of the ways that the team Remo Stars, you know, fell short of winning the NPFL title this season.
He was greatly missed, really. Had a number of games out injured, only making his 13th of the campaign. Frank Moana, one of the foreigners in the team as well, the Togolese. There's the Ghanaian Dela Akoli as well on the bench. Not one who will give you all the goals in terms of the numbers. I think he's only got 2 this season. Frank Moana. Yeah, but those goals have been very important goals. And the last came in that 3-2 loss away at Kwara United. Scoring the 2-1 victory over Rivers United on this turf. One that also saw their former player Andy Okwe scoring. 42 minutes played. Remo Stars 2. Kastina United 0. Andrew Idoku. No player have scored more goals in the 90-plus minutes than Andrew Idoku in jersey number 9. 3.
Reminds you of some footballers who just wait and leave it late. Whatever it is that he does at that particular time, you just have a feeling that there is a goal for that young man somewhere tucked away in the game. And that right there is very lovely to see.
Now they come forward on that far side. And a pass over hit. 9 goals for Andrew Idoku. Will be helping to improve his goal tally, I'm sure. He's also being involved in 1 goal, so it's been involved in 10 goals of this campaign for Kastina United. One of the players to really look out for. And that will be a goal kick. Kastina United in the final third. Really hard to explain.
Indeed, they've not covered themselves in any form of glory at all. They've fluffed their lines when they created chances enough. They've not been able to put it, or rather threaten the goalkeeper at all. And that right there is sad. You expect the likes of Andrew Idoku to do better. Michael Ibe has been very quiet in this game so far. And so also is Falola Aziz, who's got what now, maybe 8 goals this season. Yeah, so it's difficult to see where the problem is coming from, but you have a feeling that they have players that know the way to the back of the goal, and that's why Undukat Junior and the guys at the back has to make sure that the defenders at the back. I'm talking about the likes of Sadiq Ismail, Ahmed Akinyele. They have to make sure that they stay switched on, because Kastina United have got great quality enough to punish you.
It's been hard to see them switch on in this game after 44 minutes. The Remo Stars Stadium. We'll see 5 minutes of additional time. Now Dio Joel's got one already. Secure Alimi coming over this left-hand side. Infield. And Stanley Joseph. Now Jide Fata can dip in midfield. 34th game of the campaign. Mr. Reliable. Given away. Picks up now by eBay. And that's a wheeling run on that far side. Peter Olashuk got the pass just over here. Back to eBay on the edge of the 18-yard box. And big punch by Dafe. Follows it up with another punch for safety.
See what I said about having the abilities to pepper the goalkeeper sometimes. But it's good to see Dafe. He's been hardly called upon in this game. And the moment his team needed him, he was there to answer their call. Very commendable.
That's a good touch from Sikiru, and somehow he cannot hold on to possession. And Kastina coming to this game with 2 wins and 4, and 2 clean sheets as well. They lost 2-0 away at Bendel Inshore and smashed Gombe for 4. Okoro Ibe scored first before Olashukwu and Andrew Idoku in the first half. Into SA on the edge of the 18-yard area, given away. Shewon Dunsi now to Frank Mawena. In the half of Remo Stars, Sikiru Alimi. Nika Junior. And they went on to lose 3-1 to Aqua United. Bella Lukman, who's on the bench, scoring the consolation. And they die now on that far side. And, well, somehow makes a mess of the cross.
Absolute mess. He had bodies in the line. He had like, what now, 5? Including a Sadiq Ismail, who is currently down on the turf. but you had like 5 players. You could have whipping a proper cross in there, especially to the likes of Frank Mowena, who's covered a lot of ground to get to that particular position, and Ahmed Akinyele as well. But he scored a goal already in the game, so I think he can be forgiven.
Well, this time ended 2-0 in Kastina. Oko Emmanuel scoring in the 22nd minutes. Rafiu Ibrahim equalising very late on in that game in the 90 plus additional time. Rafiu Ibrahim, who by the way is on the bench here. Aziz Falulu, Mansour Saleh, Usman Badawa, Sadiq Ismail, Adedayo Olamaleko, now Diojo. Five minutes, 3 of the 5. I reckon 4 of the 5 have been played. Well, this home form is incredible, really.
You have a feeling that they're almost untouchable here. No matter you are, like they say in local parlance, be you anybody. You know, they come in here and then you have a feeling that they're always going to do well. I mean, Victor Edafe living dangerously there. You know, but that they will do well. They're always commendable here.
You remember the only team who picked a point here? Doma United.
Doma United.
Who, by the way, could be condemned to the Nigerian National League at the end of match day. Well, the fans doesn't agree with the referee.
Neither do I.
Was impeded.
Neither do I. I don't think it was a foul. I don't think it was a foul on Sikiru. I think it was that the last touch on that ball was on Kastina United, and I think that right there was a gross.
Well, Shooting Stars leading Sporting Lagos. Christian Piagara has scored for the Oluyole Warriors. And Shooting Stars now parting, searching for continental football for the very first time since 1999. Not the very best for the Tech Boys of Lagos.
Indeed. And if he ends this way, it means they've spent just one season at the NPFL.
There you go. Central referee Patrick Egger, I've seen just enough. It's been a festive performance of repute for Remo Stars. We're emphasizing the terrific home form they've held all through this campaign. Surely expecting to end the season on a high, right in front of their home-made faithful fans. Remo Stars in the driving seat with 2 well-taken goals. Well, Sadiq Ismail, who for the very first time this campaign have put the ball at the back of the net. Not assisting this time. And Dio Ujil, who could have gotten the very first, was on course to smashing inside the 18-yard box after goalkeeper Pius Ibrahim, who later got substituted, spilled the ball towards his path. Well, for Daniel Ogumodede, surely they're where they want to be. Currently second on the log, Remo Stars. And all things being equal, if things end this way, a place in the CAF Champions League qualifying series, of course. Full half-time at the Ikene Stadium. Remo Stars 2, Kastina United 0. Welcome back to the Ikene Stadium right here in Remo, Ogun State. I'm Anthony the Voice in the company of Babajide Guerrero. Many thanks to MTN proudly supporting this broadcast. Proud supporters of footballing Nigeria. Narabet as well, home of sports betting and the Africa Sports Network, ensuring we do have the opportunity to bring the live stream to you wherever you are across the globe. 2-0, Remo Stars lead from the first half. Sadiq Ismail and Adid Dayo Ojo with the second. And well, it's been quite the excitement for Remo Stars Football Club in recent times. You know, the junior team Beyond Limits really achieved Beyond Limits to qualify to the Nigerian Premier Football League for next season, winning the NNL Championship playoff in Enugu. And Babajide Guerrero, I tell you, the mood at the club in the last few days have been very positive, and there have been a lot of money sharing as well from the owner himself, Honorable Kunle Shoname.
And that's a man who set up this structure for moments like this, where your senior team in court and your B team as well is doing so well on that particular level. And it looks like they may have two teams, you know, and they have the facility, right? I mean, I was just looking around this halftime, four stadia in this particular complex, and that right there is special to see. So they have the facility to deliver. But congratulations to the boys of the Beyond Limit. Have you watched those boys play, man? They play beautiful football, and the fact that their coach is equally forward-thinking, not so pragmatic, very robust coach who understands the philosophy of attacking football. And they've been there, they've done that. They go everywhere across the world and win championships. So yeah, congratulations to them. And yeah, coming into this particular stadium, there's a big banner, you know, just at the gate that says "Welcome our heroes," which is the Beyond Limit. And they are something for the future, definitely. And so also is this particular team, Remo Stars.
In the last few weeks, there have been questions about will Beyond Limits play in this league next season, giving the club side owned by the same person. And the owner, Chanaman, was speaking during the week and did say, we are not breaking any rule. We're not flouting any rule. Honorable Kunle Shonaman, his reaction to Beyond Limits playing in the NPFL next season. And he said, I mean, they're examples. Abia Warriors aimed.
Indeed.
Dakar as well at some point had
Aqua United. Yeah. I mean, maybe people are looking at it because it's a privately owned company, a football company. It shouldn't be, but hey, if you have enough,
the rules don't work for just.
Indeed. If you have enough in your arsenal, if there's a lot of bullets in your arsenal, how about you just keep firing?
We're back on the way. A couple of minutes played already. There's a bit of worry now for Mansour Saleh. And just number 2 is currently down. He'll be fine. Up on his feet as Remo Stars have got themselves a throw. Well, nothing has really changed in the Remo Stars setup, really. Vincent Adafe in goal. Back try of Stanley Joseph, Unaco Jr., Ahmed Akiele, Sadiq Ismail, Sean Odunsi, Jida Fatagon Tep in midfield. Dayo Johu have got one already, and Dayo Olamileko. And Sikiru Alimi, who's searching for more. And the battle for the top scorer gong, as well as Frank Mawena.
Brilliant control by, you know, Sadiq Ismail. It's one of the beautiful things about his game. He has so many sides of his game, this young man. And it's fascinating to see that Kastina remain unchanged. But I do think there's a slight change in Remo Stars.
And that's O.C. Martins, who have just made way on for Frank Mawena. So that change happened pretty quickly. O.C. Martins, his contract wraps up today.
Yeah, interesting. It would be
From
nice
a Heartland man.
Yeah, I'm happy he was out of Heartland, by the way. Because if he was still at Heartland, definitely he would be on his way to the NNL. But yeah,
he's a free agent now. Depending if Remo Stars choose to add on to what he's currently got as a contract. Sadiq Ismail balling to the box, eludes everybody. And that would have been really dangerous if there was a man in blue lurking inside that 6-yard area. Diojo. A poor pass now by Ahmed Akile. Chideraise. Now to Aziz Falalu in jersey number 8 out wide. Andre Duke up against Stanley Joseph. Couple of step overs. And decides to drop the pace to find Monso Saleh. And Pius Ibrahim got substituted earlier on in the first half. Picked up a knock. Oh, that's the ball given away. Chideraise inside the 18-yard box. It's a bit clumsy now. And eventually mopped away. Well, Adedayo Olamaleko still on the turf. And, well, on Friday, with that drew it for the cross goal. Hoping to connect Mansour Saleh on that far side. Out for a goal kick. I think the referee will go back to Adedayo Olamaleko. 34 games this season. That's another player who have come through the ranks at this club.
And that right there is why the Beyond Limits initiative is very important. Most of these players, you know, they came in before Beyond Limit, right? But they are the bedrock of this Remo Stars as we know it today. Most of these players were formed and forged by the fires of the rudiments of this particular club. So they know what this club means. And they've not played, they don't know any other name apart from Remo Stars in their life. And that right there shows a bit of loyalty and consistency as well.
Jide Fatakun, his former manager, Abdullahi Bifo, currently in some sort of chaos at the moment. Sporting Lagos down to Shooting Stars. Pierre Barra scoring. And Bayelsa United leading 2-0 against Bendel Insurance and Benin. Nossi Martins for the Sky Blue Stars. It will be a good day for Ossie Martins to get his first goal for Remo Stars, at least before he bows out. If he will, you never know.
It's a last and final day for everyone, and so you can tell drama happening
everywhere. Ball into the box that time, and hoofed away by Chideraise. Corner kick, Remo Stars. Kolumba Aladoum galvanizing his team defensively.
Yeah, I was just trying to say that it's important that you also want to bow out on AI and then maybe remind your employers what it is you're capable of. Maybe could help them change their mind, whatever it is has been decided for good. And then the last and final day of the season coming, a lot of drama here. Drama right and here and there, and including the one right there in Benin.
Sadiq Ismail on set piece duty. I'm sure he'll be looking for his 14th. Ball into the 6-yard area. Easy catch. It'll be 2 seasons back-to-back that Sadiq Ismail will pick up the award for most assists. 16 last season.
And 13 this season. You got to respect what he's been able to do for himself. Very solid, very commendable. And when people think it's all about assists, I beg to differ. He's a very solid, hard tackling defender. We saw in the first half where he nipped some couple of attacks in the board.
Nossi Martins brought down that instance. Free kick, took it quickly. Sadiq Ismail, athletic now. Down this right-hand side. There's no one tracking that, no one chasing that. The question will be, has Chijioke Umoma scored yet?
Yeah, and I think it will be playing on the mind as long as this game continues. It will be playing on the mind of Sikiru Alimi and his coach, because I'm sure his coach would also want a striker to be, because you want him in the very best of mental shape for next season. And when you go into it next season, you want to be sure that...
Do you think Sikiru will be here next season?
Well, it's a tough one to say, really.
Right.
With this kind of season he's had with Remo Stars, of course, many Sharks would have come sighting blood, but I do not genuinely think if he's not moving out of the country, he shouldn't leave Remo Stars, because you can tell there's a project here, and the team plays for him. They love him, they like him. He understands how the coach plays as well. If he stays, it will be a very good decision to stay. If he's moving, he has to be moved out of this country. But he's well traveled, and he already crossed the 50 career goal mark in the NPFL this season. So he's a high-profile big striker, and he's well respected. So if he's moving, he has to be out of the country if at all he wants to move. But if not, I think he should stay. You can tell that this team, they're up to something, Remo Stars.
Well, as things stand, it will be Gombe United, Heartland, Doma United, and Sporting Lagos relegated. Interesting, there'll be no Premier League football at the Patami next season. Gombe United and Doma, both sides who play on the same turf. I mean, really. Now they come forward, loads of space to run. Stanley Joseph, that strike was blocked away by Chidoraze. Upfield now for Aziz Falulu. Ade Dyer recoups it, good touch from him. And now Jide Fatuka recycles possession. Ahmed Akinyele. Sadiq Ismail into O.C. Martins. Diojo headed away by Stephen Manuel. Upfield now, Mike Kalibe looking to find Andrew Idoko, picked up by Peter Olashuko. Racing through now, Andrew Idoko. And that's a poor ball from the forward.
He hesitated for a bit. He thought to himself, should I kick this ball, should I not? And when he witnessed his colleague moving into space, he had to take the ball, but it was a poor ball altogether. Too much weight on that ball, allowing Victor Idafe to just make it a clean save. But I think he could have done better. And it's the same thing that plagued their performance in the first half. The fact that they slowly got into the game, right? And that right there is a big problem right there.
Sikiru Alimi, quick fit. The challenge, legal, says the referee, out wide to Sadiq Ismail. Akinyele looking to cut the ball back. Corner kick. The trial, Stanley Joseph, Junior Unduka, and of course, Akinyele. All talents have been promoted from the Team B of the squad. Nafiul Ibrahim is getting ready to come on, by the way. He scored the last time these two sides met. In Kastina. By the way, Doma United have equalized against Abia Warriors. They need plus 17 goals. I don't know in what world that happens. Corner by Stanley Joseph, hacked away. Jide Fatuka scored the other day. And that's a decent ball by Ahmed Akinyele. Such a sensational young star, looking for the spectacular.
He doesn't score often, does he? I think he has just one goal this season. 2 goals, make it 2 goals. But when he does, it's actually some belter. Beautiful attempt right there by Ahmed Akinyele, but equally made by a good save by Almoni.
One of his goals this season was a header on the turf from a corner kick. It's how, well, down to earth in terms of height the centre-back Akinyele and Stanley Joseph are, but they can be very competitive aerially. It's really fascinating now, isn't it?
It is. It's that youngster. He's got a very, very amazing matured head on his shoulder. It's interesting. He's just crossed 20 recently. He's a very solid boy. I like him. I like his gusto. He seems very, very intelligent on the ball as well. It could be as hard as nails sometimes.
Ball into the box by Stanley Joseph. It's a good delivery. Hacked away, contested by Odunsi. Now Andrew Idoka looking to pull away. Gets the better of Adedayo Olamilekon, swarmed by blue shirts. Trying to hold on to possession. Wins the throw. Ubong Friday. Ubong Williams now parting, not Friday. Ubong Friday plays for Aqua United. That's another Ubong in the league.
That's a common name in that side of town, isn't it?
Absolutely. Oh, the free kick is taken quickly. Ubong Williams teasing ball into the box. Well, the deflection of Sadiq Ismail just dropped the tempo of that. As if for Vincent Adafe to gather. And Kastina have already beaten two Southwestern sides this season, 1-0 against Kwara on the opening day of the campaign, and a 3-2 victory against Sunshine Stars. Although they lost 1-0 to Sporting Lagos in Lagos, 1-0, Clement Nantuan scoring for Sporting Lagos. Now that 3-2 victory over Sunshine Stars was a frenetic game. Lukman Bello. Some really good combination now. Sekiru into Sadiq Ismail inside the 10-yard box. Sekiru mistimes it, picked up now by Michael Ibe into Aziz Falolu, dispossessed of the ball to the applause of the Remo faithfuls.
It can be a terrier, isn't it? Like a pit bull who just keeps coming. And you want players like that in your team, players that fight for the badge. They don't care what name is the jersey carry. And he's on song today, he's in a mood.
A key cog in the campaign last season. Adedayo Olamilekon. A key cog in this season as well. Good combination now. Sekiru Sanity at box. Well, that was kept in play by Kolumna.
The ball didn't rise. I beg your pardon. The ball didn't come down on time. It kept rising, and he had to shoot just to see if he could walk the goalkeeper and get lucky. But it's good to see that he just keeps putting himself there. Remember, all he needs is a goal to tie. What's the rule, Tony? When he ties, does he also get the golden boot, or maybe Mboma gets it?
Mboma gets it for getting to 16 before him.
Is that because there's not enough boots for everybody? Yeah, because the lad already scored 16. You know, if Mboma gets 16 ahead of him and he ties,
we've had
situations where This is particular season I'm trying to remember. Charles Ashimane, I think, and
well, that's a fine ball to Peter Olashukwu, watched by Odunsi. Given away. Now they come forward. Sits his mouth to the top. That's a brilliant chop by Samson Olashukwu.
Brilliant piece of skill right there. Deleted the man from the equation. But again, nobody cares what you do with the ball. What's the end result, right? And that right there was poor. Great intentions, by the way.
The season Kastina United got relegated. They defeated Remo Stars at home 3-2. You remember Tosin Omoyele scoring a brace. And Emmanuel Matthew adding one more. Sekiru scored that day. Scored the first for Remo Stars, and Adeni Adegbite scoring the other. And that season they also defeated MFM at home 2-1. Lost to Kwara in Ilorin 1-0. Lost to Sunshine Stars 1-0 in Akura defeated Shooting Stars 1-0 at home and lost on this ground 2-0 to Remo Stars. They also lost in Lagos to MFM Tunisi's scoring for MFM. They lost to Shooting Stars in Ibadan, lost to Kwara in Ilorin 3-0. They picked up a point from a possible 21 away from home against Southwestern sides.
Bad travelers, you want to say? But I mean, it's also subject to a number of things, which include the circumstances in which, you know, they get to that place. Kastina is a very, very far place to come from. Yeah, and then to come all that way and put it, because believe it or not, that's a factor in the NPFL.
Obong Williams into Andrew Doku. 64 minutes played. Remo Stars still lead here, 2-0. Nafil in midfield. Ibrahim. And, that ball from deep, not reaching its desired target.
You just have a feeling that Kastina United have now maybe just slowed down everything. In the first half, nothing has changed in terms of their ball possession and the ability to keep the ball. What has changed is the ability to just be more intentional at the final third.
Nafil Ibrahim, who just came on board, as is Falulu. Still Nafil on the edge of the 18-yard box. Michael Okoroibe. Usman Barwa, the captain. Obong Williams balling to the box. The clearance is quite tricky and out for a corner.
Could have gone anywhere, and you could see that Victor Edafe just wanted to be sure that he secured his goal line. It could have spelled a lot of danger, but luckily for the defender, a sliced ball just went over and beyond the goalpost.
A while back, Chidera Eze was substituted for Kabir Yalila. So, something fresh. The corner now into the box. And the strike from Aziz Falulu. Almost always rising. Searching for his sixth of the campaign. The diminutive midfielder. We'll see Adams Olamileko and Haruna Hadi get ready to come on. Well, it's been a good campaign for Diojo, no doubt. 30th game of the season, goal number 3. And gets a big horn from his manager, Sadiq Ismail, as well. And 2 of the goal scorers for Remo Stars will make way. Adam Solamileko and Haruna Hadi comes on board.
Good substitution. About time as well. I like the fact that, you know, Ojo was substituted, allowed him to just get that adulation from the crowd, and it means a lot to him as well when his fans can applaud him for a remarkably good job that he's done. And you can see he also went into a warm embrace, you know, of his coach, of his manager rather. But it's yet to see Kastina United, you know, just push and try and possibly just get their names on the score sheet, because like I said earlier, the next goal of this game will be the most important goal. If it's gotten by Remo Stars, the game is all done and buried. If it's gotten by Kastina United, maybe we have a game on our hands. But it is the level of complacency and the fact that the mental alertness of players like Uduka Jr., players like Ahmed Akinyele would always matter in moments like this.
Well, Samson Olashuba being hurried down by Alidayo Olamileko, and that will be a free kick. Mansour Saleh, now Ubang Fried, Ubang Williams now on this left-hand channel. Nafil Ibrahim looking to switch play. Yalila. Manuel will go for glory. Far off.
Not sure he's ever scored one. I'm not sure. Possibly, maybe one. But it's not reputed for his goal scoring, is it? But I mean, it's that player that's got a large heart. You know, works for the team. Could be very stoic and robust in his challenges, but he's a lovely guy as well in Steven Mayo. Been around for a while.
Now they come for Jide Fatoku. His eyes lit up there. Brilliant ball into the box. And the connection. Lacking the right power to punish Kolumba. And that will count as a shot on target for Remo Stars.
It's not just been perfect. It's either the pass is coming slightly too heavy or too high, or the connection is a bit feeble, and in that case it was the latter. Could have done better. Brilliant.
Now that's a ball receiver, born to receive the ball, but his back to goal. Olamide Khan sees the vision. Actually, Osi Martins that time was being a bystander for the larger part since he's come on, not much in the final third.
Indeed, but you almost, you raised that mentality right there from your head when you almost threw that ball, made a very good through pass rather.
And Steven Manuel got relegated with Kastina, got promoted with them as well. Many forget that he spent a couple of years at Aimber as well. And that's a good one from Vincent Adafe, balling flight. The fans love it.
That's a brilliant catch. That's a catch that you can see all time and you never get tired.
Look like American football.
Indeed, at the end zone. Right, I mean, it was the way his eyes was unwavering on the ball. He was relentless looking at the ball. And then the ball didn't drop. He had two under pressure from two Kastina players, and very commendable.
Daniel Ogumonere was present at Sporting Lagos' last home game against Aimba. The 1-1 draw. Interestingly, he sat very close to me, Daniel Ogumonere.
May I ask if he gave you some coaching tips?
I mean, I would have asked, really.
Okay.
But I was a bit too occupied.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Hadi. Well, Sikiru had straight offside. Good vision by the assistant referee, by the way. Peter Ogu from Bauchi.
We've not had enough offside in this game, but it's good to know that, when they are called upon, they answer well.
Sweeping clearance. Ahmed Akinyele.
When you look at the back line of this team, Remo Stars, they got Stanley Joseph, they got Junior Onduka, they got Ameka again, they got Sadiq Ismail. And the oldest player who seemed like a veteran amongst them is Onduka Junior. And Onduka is what now, 25, 26? It's very commendable, the project that they have going on here at Remo Stars. And just like every other project, it takes time for it to germinate and bring fruitful seed. And that right there is why the Beyond Limit has been a thorough success. And this Remo Stars team actually will be going places if they can keep this crop of players together.
Usman Barua. Down that far right-hand channel now. Ball comes into the box, watched by Jide Fatoku. Yelilo late to the challenge. The ball for Sikiru to chase up against. Salomon Sir. Still Sikiru. Now Olamide Adams. Into Osi Martins. And Adaya puts his laces through it. That was always rising.
The laces were not well tied, I think. It wasn't looking good. But it's quite commendable to see that Sikiru Alimi has so much ways to hurt teams, to make sure that teams suffer. I mean, if he's not linking in play, he's scoring goals. If he's not scoring goals, is creating some from some of his teammates, and it's commendable to see the way he chased down that ball, controlled the ball, brought it under play, and invited other players to play.
Invited other players to play.
Yeah, you like me now? How do you like me now?
I mean, that was some good play on words, Guerrero. One of the best to do it.
Ha! I have no idea what you're talking about, man.
I've earned a plate of what from you for that?
Yeah, but it's been a phenomenal broadcast for us, yeah, for the entire Pro team.
Itoko. Some really beautiful touch that. Nafil Ibrahim looking to chop inside Ahmed Akele. And the referee will call that. And that'll be a free kick. And Chijioke Mboma with his 17th strike of the campaign. Hard to see a way back now, except some drama from Sekiro, but aim currently in front.
Indeed, Chijioke Mboma putting the ball at the back of the net for Eyimba. That's what he's done all season, right? I mean, I had an interview earlier in the day where I was asked who's been my player of the season, and I regularly mentioned it's got to be him.
Mansour Saleh with a free kick into Michael Okoroibe, looking to turn on the edge of the 18-yard box, pinched away by Hadi. Now Remo Stars have got the chance to break forward. Adams, loads of pace and space to Bond. Switch and play to a central position. Sekiro, I've got time and space. Cannot find the top corner.
He was looking for that top corner. You can tell he's done everything there is to be done today. But maybe in football, it just lost your day sometimes. You know, Chijioke Mboma now would have that feeling that, hey, he's got that highest goal scorer now in his gong.
Now that's a poor ball now. Samson Olashuko. And this time,
that's a miscommunication of the highest order. Terrible to see. He cut inside. I think he should have left the ball because, number one, you cut in on your weaker foot. When he cut inside with his stronger foot, you're not going to hit the ball unless you hit something very special. He should have left the ball for the player that was incoming and could probably just hit it well.
Okoroibe?
Yeah, possibly.
Who are being involved in 13 goals this campaign, 4 assists and 9 goals. The team's joint top scorer alongside Andrew Doku. Now Sekiro, 75 minutes on the clock. And that reverse ball, too much for Jose Martins to chase.
You have a feeling that it's also Chijioke Mboma's time, you know, to win that particular very highly coveted personal title. He's been around Eyimba, been around every top team in Nigeria. He's on the odd side of 30s these days. He's like a veteran in the league, and what a way to win such gong for the first time in your career. You know, they call him so many names.
Oh, that's a brilliant receiving of the ball. Okoro! Goes into double figures for goals this campaign. Super fantastic finish from the midfield general of Kastina United. And Remo Stars defense bridged.
It's the very first time today. We've said that Kastina United have not really looked good going forward in the second half, but boy, talk about announcing yourself, talk about manning up. And indeed, it was a solo run, beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, beat the goalkeeper and find the back of the net. That right there is one of the goals that you'd see and you'd be like, oh wow, we did that. And Kastina United have it all to play for in what now, 13 more minutes? But what a goal. What an absolutely beautiful goal. It was the way he shook off some, including Ahmed Akele, who were really commended so far today, has been a very top high defending player for Remo Stars. But you can't stop that. It was like a moving train. Slalom through and found the back of the net.
Drilling finish. Now Ade Dyer goes for the top corner. Kolumba We'll guide that out for a corner. Michael Okoroibe, 10 goals in the top flight from midfield. And he becomes the team's outright top scorer of the campaign.
And that's why he's gotten so many goals, right? Double score from the midfield, double digit from the midfield. It's very commendable. 10 goals.
Yeah. Spent 4 years at Aqua United. He had a short stint in Uzbekistan where he played for Masal Mubarak and Anjan. Moved to Abia Warriors. Corner kick into the box! And, well, centre referee will call that back. There was some infringement inside that 6-yard area. And Kalumba will be very grateful to the referee. He had spotted that. That would have been something really for Remo Stars. Moved to Abia Warriors, Michael Ibe. And then Lobby Stars didn't get enough playing time. His move to Kastina rejuvenated his career last season. And this season, truly, the numbers are there to show. 10 minutes left to play. Can Kastina United find something here?
It would be nice to say that they deserve, one or two good tidings from this particular game, but boy, how well did that tiding arrive with that particular goal from Michael Ibe. Very, very nice to see that the young man was able to create.
And that's a brilliant cross. The connection on Erin from Sekiru Alimi. Bayelsa United still lead 2 goals to nil in Bendel. In Benin against Bendel. Aimba leading 1 goal to nil against Plateau Chijoke Mboma. Sporting Lagos still trailing in Ibadan to Shooting Stars. Aimba have made it 2 as well. And as things stand, Remo Stars still second. They cannot afford to drop points now.
Indeed. It's a matter of few points that separate Yimba, and Remo has 2 points actually. And it's important that if they cannot score more goals, just keep this in check and make sure that you possibly just have this maximum full value.
Remo Stars, Haruna Hadi, Osi Martins, Suadidayo Olamileka on the edge of the 18-yard box. And the strike! Across the face of goal. Still no goal for Sekiru Alimi.
It's difficult to say because I wasn't expecting a shot at goal, which it looked like. I was expecting a cross just diagonal across the goal, and Sekiru was there and definitely will put the ball at the back of the net. But maybe it's not his day, and these things happen in football. No matter how well you try, no matter how much you put yourself out there, if it's not your day, it's not your day. Not for the lack of effort. It's done great. But I think he will take these 3 points ahead of that individual glory. And it's always been a team player. So, yeah.
Just if Remo Stars, for some weird reasons, well, before we talk about that, Aziz Falulu is done for the night. And the young star Dali will coming for the midfielder. There'll be 2 substitutions. Taufik as well will be coming in for Obung Williams. If Remo Stars, for some weird reasons, do not see this victory over the line, and there's a draw, what could that mean? The goal difference will be looked at primarily, and Remo Stars seem to have got.
Well, Yimba needs to score 1 more goal. If at all this one ends in a draw, which I don't think it would, but I mean, football is football sometimes. But if it does end in a draw, Enyimba needs to score one more goal to be second.
Hadi. The goal difference 14 in favor of Remo Stars and 13 in favor of Enyimba, with the second goal now confirmed by we'll get that name to you in a bit, but Chijioke Mboma scored the first. Kwara United, by the way, a smothering Heartland, already relegated. Niger Tornadoes defeating Sunshine Stars.
Adding insult to injury, maybe?
I mean, Sunshine Stars are safe. Now see Martins inside the 18-yard box. Into Adedayo! And he was trying to bring down the Ikene Stadium, actually.
Indeed.
Not nice.
He knows he's a player who has a lot of firepower in his leg, but sometimes power is nothing without control. He should be controlling it better.
Aqua United will be really grateful at the moment. They're currently leading Rivers United. They've had a really poor season, Aqua United, by their standards. And Baba Ganaru yet again keeping them up.
He knows how to do the backroom things, especially when it comes to issues of relegations fight.
Position 1 in midfield for Remo Stars. Now see Martins into the box. Sekiru! What more should be done to see him score? And it does look like the Stars are not in his favor this evening.
You can tell there are days like that. Sometimes, I mean, if you've played this game, I mean, we've seen so much of games, you and I. We've caught so much NPFL games to know that sometimes the pressure sometimes can be it.
Aqua right United, by the way, have made it 3 against Rivers United. Rangers Gombe finished 2-1 earlier today. Bayelsa still leading. Bendel 2-0. Doma United 1. Abia Warriors 1. And Kano Pillars leading Lobby Stars 3-1 as well. Shewa Dunsi. Marauding roll. That's a brilliant pass now into the path of Sekiru. And Kolumba off his line. It seemed to be a weapon fashion against Sekiru today.
And it seems to be prospering as well.
Isn't it?
But I do feel it may be a result of maybe pressure sometimes. When you put a little of pressure on yourself, you know, it could, when you put it in your mind, you know, sometimes some of the greatest goal scorers, the likes of Andy Cole in the English Premier League, the likes of Luis Suarez, will say, running into the highest goal scorer battle, they just think about the team, not the goals.
Hadi. Good work from Yali for Kastina United. Into Taufik now, gets away from his marker pretty decently. The big forward, now Yali. Received by Taufik, coming off that left-hand channel, is straight offside. That wouldn't have mattered anyway. And Balogun Muiwa scored the second. I think that aimed at Plateau United. Adam Salamileka, good challenge from Barawa, the captain. Upfield now, Nafil Ibrahim. Kastina United, 4 minutes to go. A goal here could mean a lot. Remo Stars are currently, they've got a goal difference more than Enyimba. If they drop 2 points here and something else happens at Enyimba, Enyimba could nick the second spot.
If Enyimba scores one more goal, you mean? Right, but you're correct. And, you know, whatever it is Kwara has done to, Adnan has done to Kwara, we need to ask for them for forgiveness. It's now 4-0.
For God's sake.
yeah, for God's sake. Yeah, I like that too.
Jose Martins out wide to Olameleko Adams. Smashing ball across the face. Punched away by Kolumba. Big energy from Kolumba, the Central African Republic man. He's made some really good saves Things coming in for Pius Ibrahim.
Indeed. The fans will know that their cheers when he came on was not to waste, but it's really commendable to see that it's really been fair, solid.
Bishop Sadalki, homegrown manager of Kastina, has been with the side. Was assistant manager as well. Walked under a number of coaches. There was a time Tony Bullis also was in charge this season. He was eventually let go. And so Bayelsa United have sealed a place in the Nigerian Premier Football League for next season. Jide Fatoku into Hadi. Oh, that kept Colombo rooted to his sport.
He had no answer to that. He took a picture. It was a selfie. He just stood on that particular position. And you have a feeling that Remo Stars should have gone way beyond 2-1 in this particular game. You know, they've been very profligate in front of goal in the second half. The sharpness in the first half, we didn't see it. That very crisp play in the final third and putting the ball at the back of the net didn't happen in the second half. You know, but yeah, congratulations to Bayelsa United, just like you mentioned. And as well as Yimba as well. Yimba wouldn't be confirmed to play in the Confederations Cup. The game is ended. 2-0. They won against Plateau United, meaning
Sporting Lagos on the flip side relegated. Hard truth, hard to accept if you're a Sporting Lagos fan.
I was even going to say, meaning that Remo Stars have confirmed their booking berth for the Champions League qualification round because the Yimba game is all over.
Jide Fatoku, Sekiru! Big save by Kolumba.
Pressure. It's a lot of pressure.
Andrew Joker that time. He will look at what he's achieved so far. And I reckon that he will not want to watch this game again. Secure. He could have scored an hat-trick easily.
Indeed. Indeed.
We'll see 4 minutes of additional time. In this final seconds, Remo Stars on course to qualify for the continent for the third season and running. That's where they want to be.
When you have a structure in place, when you have a long-term vision, and when things start aligning for you, when the stars start connecting the dots for you up there, you do know for a fact that you're on your right track. And yeah, this club are on the right track. Congratulations to them, to the entire coaching board, to the management as well, to the players as well, who are the heroes on pitch. Whatever it is that next season holds for them, they will go in there with a lot of confidence.
Aruna Hadi needed to be spot on with that pass. Kastina United will look back and be grateful to the likes of Usman Abdallah, who, by the way, got them promoted back to the Nigerian Premier Football League. They were quite dominant in that NNL campaign. We're in Group A2 with the likes of City FC of Abuja, Jigawa Golden Stars, Nigerian Air Force, Green Beret and the likes. Won 6 times, drew thrice and just lost once, scoring 14 goals in the regular season. And qualifying for the Super 4 with 21 points. And eventually finishing behind Kano Pillars in their part of the Northern Conference during the playoffs. He lost to Heartland in the final. Heartland and now back to the NNL. Kastina will have a decent finish here. Jide Fatoku. And Kolumba yet again goes down to his right. And the referee's whistle will come. Game, set, and match for the Sky Blue Stars in a season of mixed feelings. Remo Stars will hold on to what they've got dearly. A place in the CAF Champions League for for next season. A consolation for a team who had its eye on the ultimate title. For Coach Daniel Ogumodede, in his words, we need to finish the season strong. And this performance, their 20th victory of this campaign, their 18th victory on this turf this season, confirmed their place amongst the table for the big boys next season on the African space. It was total, it was commanding. Some scare when Michael Ebert pulled one back later in the second half, but they were able to hold on. It could have been more than two if Sigara found his goal-scoring boots. But really, credit to Sadiq Ismail up on the scoring inside 22 minutes. Diojo made it 2. And truly, Remo Stars will look back on this campaign with lots to be happy about and a few things to work on. Their performance in the second half of the campaign, significantly the reason why that title is not theirs. Coach Daniel Ogumodede gives Sikaru Alimi a big hug, and I'm sure he'll be disappointed he doesn't get the top scorer gong, which will now go to Chijioke Mboma. In 2 seasons and running, the title, the top scorer gong going to the Mbomas, and from the same club as well. Well, it's full time on the surf. Big news for Bayelsa, a place in this league next season, and for Sporting Lagos, gnashing of teeth and maybe some regret as well. It's full time right here in Ikenne. Remo Stars 2, Kastina United 1. Guerrero.
Phenomenal end to the season. Interestingly, you and I called the very first game of the live production here. Maybe not in Lagos, but the one here, we did it together. And what a befitting finish as well to a thoroughly successful, free-flowing, world-class production. Brought to everybody by our friends at Propel, with great collaboration with MTN and of course
Narabet.
And it's important to know that the league was successful, overly successful. Yeah, issues here and there once in a while, natural, happens everywhere. But I like the beautiful level of delivery regardless. And of course for this team, Remo Stars, they know what it means. Another time, another moment on the continent, that's right there is a big deal. It's a huge deal. What it is that they've done, Remo Stars, they were third place, what now? Last time out?
No, they were missed by points,
yeah. So
last season.
So now they're second place, right? And coach will feel, one more, if we're not getting the tournament next year, it means there's more work to be done. But it's for this sport complex, it's important to have moments like this. The African football nights like this should come here, and that's why you have this hectares of land for this passionate football people. And congratulations to Kastina United as well. They're one of the teams that came in from the NNL, and now they were able to maintain that time. We can't say the same about Sporting Lagos or say the same thing about Doma United, but we can't say the same thing about Bayelsa United, who were also incredible. So congratulations to these teams, and we're looking forward to the beauty of our own league, the NPFL, return to us at the 2024-2025 season. The grey areas could still be polished. The players, they will be moving back and forth, but I'm expecting Remo Stars to keep the bulk of their players. For Sikiru Alimi, there is nothing to be ashamed of. There is absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. In this same season, he crossed the mark for the highest number of, he crossed the half-a-century goal mark.
Joining that illustrious list of players.
The likes of Victor Izeji are in there as well. He's in fine company. So maybe the golden boots could have been an icing on this very beautiful cake, but it's a cake that everybody had and it was good. It was genuinely good. So yes, from me to you, it's been a very top level of experience. Every match day was a hit back to back, you know, and this year is why we earn our money as match day commentators and presenters for the NPFL, even at this level, and it's absolutely lovely to see.
I mean, from the perspective of Enugu Rangers, can they defend this title? I think that's the conversation. It's too early, but trust me, in football, it's never early. I mean, Enyimba will look at themselves in the mirror. Yeah, maybe until that game at the Cathedral where we saw some real drama and the league body coming out to punish Enyimba, gifting 3 points to Rangers. Would you say that was a turning point?
Indeed. Enyimba were there. They were just, at the beginning of the season, I mean, they struggled with the games on the continent, you know, having been defending champions. But I think they defended that title up until the issue at the Rangers. And that gift of a point, maybe just, yeah, Rangers have earned the gong. They've earned this trophy. But you can't just fault Enyimba for allowing them lose their head. 8-time champion of the NPFL, you should be behaving better at different levels. And as this Remo Stars players walk off, they walk off with their head held up high, knowing fully well that they gave everything to their team, to their state, to their management, and to every football fan across the world who genuinely love these boys. Yeah, congratulations as well to Shooting Stars, by the way. They're making it to the continent for the first time in a while. I mean, qualification round to the continent. They are fourth. They finished fourth on the log. Yep.
I mean, the Federation Cup final, now the President Cup final.
Yep.
Abia Warriors, El Kanemi.
Yep.
That will decide the fourth team.
That will be going off.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, regardless of, yeah, maybe that's a mistake on my part, but I do think I like where they finish. Finishing fourth. Yeah. And fourth would also mean that they're on the right track. I mean, when you invest so much in that kind of stadium, in that kind of facility that they have at the Lake of Salami, you want nights and football to be filled with so much hopes, you know, for the youngsters coming through the ranks, and above all for the team, whatever it means. And you know, it's beautiful to see what they've been able to achieve. First, second, third, fourth, and above all the teams that are still having their noses in front. You know, when the next season come around, Abia Warriors, regardless of the issue they have going on in there, they're still able to.
And they're in a final now for the very first time.
Indeed,
could win a trophy.
Yeah, their steeds are still very much intact, right? As well as Bendel Insurance as well. They lost the Black Bullets, Imade Osarahoye, at some point who had all the goals, but it didn't deter them from finishing well on the table. As well as Aqua United, they had a lot of issues behind the scenes, a lot of serious issues. At the time, at this point, they didn't appoint any coach. I don't think they have any coach.
And they fired him.
Yeah, they fired him, and I think they finished the season without any recognized coach, but it was still enough for them. Very sad for Sporting Lagos. They got it.
I mean, the question will be, would you say the league have lost more than it has won with the relegation of Sporting Lagos?
I don't agree. I don't agree. I think the fact that they're doing something great, something new is good. They brought a new innovation of making football experience like you're going to the Super Bowl and the Champions League. Every game day was a fun-filled day, but they've been doing that right at the NNL, and the league was existing and doing well before then. Yes, we would lose that ability to just, you know, go to the Unicon Stadium on a Sunday, NPFL day. It will be missing.
Ikorodu City is back, so
yeah, well, so Lagos will be a bad idea to have two teams now. You know, Ikorodu is back. I mean, it's nice to see, but it would have been nicer to have Sporting Lagos. And I think for all it's worth, I'm not in the best position to say where they got it wrong, but I think firing Paul Offal, the coach at the time, was the wrong decision. The management will go now and be thinking that, hey, we should have done better. Where did we fail? Because the coach brought all these boys to the NNL, and yes, maybe he stepped on a couple of toes in the hierarchy. Maybe player recruitment was off once a while.
Some
maybe it was not
different
the very
ideas.
best. Yeah, ideologies about what should be done. But I do think by every stretch of the imagination, in the NPFL, that is one of the most difficult league to pick points. You have a coach that was sitting 12th on the table at the time of his firing. he didn't cover himself up in glory, but man, dude was getting the job done. It was coming and they were winning games at the stadium, but at some point, you know, they couldn't win home and away. And they went on to bring up a B4, a coach who, by all standards, was a very decent coach. You know, but they threw away experience too. Yeah. But sometimes, when you lose that level of camaraderie, that mojo, that understanding of the players, you'll probably just be struggling all through. And Sporting Lagos have themselves to blame. I don't think Paul Ofo should have gone. And then the fact that the team is also a first-half team, Sporting Lagos. They play very well in the first half, in the second half.
Capitulate.
Yeah, I think they should look at themselves in terms of conditioning, in terms of the team physiotherapists, the team managers, in terms of the fitness of the team.
Had a lot of players injured at some point as
well. Indeed. Some players went on long strain. And then the fact that they also failed in dealing with some players' transfers. Remember, the Barbie boy, I've forgotten his name now, Jonathan Aluku. Yeah, Jonathan Aluku was said to leave to a particular club, and later he came back, later he went. Things like that unsettle a team. Yeah. And when they unsettle a team, and that right there was their best player. I think he had like double figures of goals.
Still their best player this season.
And got a lot of goals as well.
Double figures for goals.
The fact that they could have stayed up, things could have gone. And then when you look at the helm of affairs at Sporting Lagos, they got one of the brilliant eggheads of Nigerian football, Uncle Gordon Enakena, Mr. Gordon Enakena in that mix as well. So you expect slightly better.
Does this rub off badly on him?
He doesn't.
Relegated with MFM,
it doesn't.
Now defunct, and now Sporting Lagos.
Well, Sporting Lagos will not be defunct anyways. No, but I don't think it does. I don't think it does. As we're reflecting on the season right now, you and I just chewing on words to the delight of our listeners across the world on the Proper Sports app. It's important to know that Gordon Enakena is one of those guys who know Nigerian football. And believe it or not, it means well for Nigerian football. And you can see the fact that his leadership, told a lot on the quality of play and how the business was done on Sporting Lagos. Where they had the problem was not off the field, even though that's where the decision came from, the ultimate decision of sacking coach Paul Ofo came from. But it was on the field. The players were first 45 minutes team. An average Sporting Lagos boy is a tactical problem. And the fact that most of the players, they don't do well in the second half. They gas in the second half, they don't do well. And then you have to punch Sporting Lagos in a football game before they punch you back.
They like to be triggered.
Yes, they don't take the game by the scruff of its neck. The only time we saw that was when... and then the recruitment was also an issue. I mean, you want to win in the league and be in the league, and then you go bring... no disrespect, what's his name now? The gentleman in front, who's been the highest goal scorer in the NPFL at some point, well experienced, well versed. Help me with his name right now. What's his name again?
Junior Lokosa.
Who was,
by the way, brought from Remo Stars.
Yeah. It says a lot that there's so much to be done in terms of recruiting. It's not going to give you 20 goals. It's not going to give you 15 goals or 10 goals. It's not going to give you those kind of goals, but it's important to find someone that could just do well in terms of goal scoring. And maybe the recruitment, but I do think that they will be back. They will find their way back the way they found their way back in the first place. So this late.
For Heartland, no issues?
No issues for Heartland. Heartland
deserve to be where they are?
I tell you, yeah, they deserve to be where they are. They do deserve to be where they are. There's a particular time Kennedy Boboye, a proven NPFL coach who had won the league, I think with Aqua United. Yeah. Kennedy Boboye is right up there.
With Plateau now.
Yeah, I think Plateau United. I beg your pardon. Kennedy Boboye. Was it Plateau or Aqua United? Yeah. But he won the league anyways. Bottom line, Kennedy Boboye goes to Atlanta United. Becomes the coach. 3 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws. Doing great for the team.
After 12 games, and after 12 games, a victory.
Yeah. He came in and then he shook things up. And then the governor says, you know what? I don't think I like this Kennedy Boboye guy. The former coach has, he has a particular tie with
a former player as well.
Yeah, he has a particular tie with this club, and above all, he has a particular tie with my in-laws in a way. So how about we just ask Kennedy Boboye, who didn't do anything wrong on the job, who is steadily, slowly paddling the ship of Atlanta away from relegation waters, dip into the contention for the NPFL. How about we sack that guy? How about we sack that guy and then we go bring this guy back? And then they brought the guy back, and then right there, I mean, that's what you get. Sometimes you shoot yourself in the head.
I mean, look at Sunshine Stars, led by Kennedy Boboy as well.
Yeah.
They're one
Ain't
of the,
no sunshine when Kennedy Boboy is gone.
Absolutely. I mean, 10th place. They were in the relegation battle when he came on. And I mean, he's taking them to absolute safety. For Doma United, it's hard to explain.
Indeed.
We talked about Remo Stars only losing or only dropping point once on this ground against Doma. Topped the table at some point this season. Kingdom Osai went on a run of 8-9 games clean sheet.
Yeah.
And boy, are they relegated.
It's one of the most uninspiring stories in sports entertainment, really.
Yeah, has to be.
Doma was right up there. First week 10 or 15. And that's the thing about NPFL. When you have your first stanza very solid, you're most likely going to stay up. But not for Doma. They've broken the record for so many wrong reasons. Interestingly, guys, Doma United had a lot of players. About 9 of their players, the first 10 players injured. The other 5 from the 9 went on trials during the season. They went overseas for trials. And when the time came for them to defend their honor of Doma United, the honor is gone. They finished at 18th of the table. And it's really sad. For Gombe, well, I mean, I think it will be a miracle for Gombe to stay up. If you follow their game, they are very uninteresting to watch. And at the same time, they look like a team that is just very comfortable being in the league. And they're not there to, they're not interested. I mean, they lose home and away. They lose every time in the season. So yeah, Gombe United maybe could have possibly just stayed back in the NNL, you know, but yeah, because if you, at this level, I can be very brutal at this level. When you're here to win it.
You have to earn it.
Maybe not win it, but earn it. Yeah. Earn it and make sure that you do good, you do better.
Well, that's our wrap-up of the 2023-2024 season right here on NPFL Live. And Babajide Guerrero doing justice to some of those talking points. Well, congratulations to Enugu Rangers. Congratulations to Remo Stars in second place. And, of course, Aimba in third. In the coming weeks, we'll see Abia Warriors battle El Kanemi in the President's Cup for the final slot for a continental place. For Sporting Lagos, for Heartland, for Doma United, and for Gombe United, it's arrivederci for now. I'm Anthony, the voice. It's been a pleasure bringing you live commentary from Lagos and Remo Stars and a couple of times this campaign. Many thanks to Propel Sports Africa, NPFL Live, and the entire team. Well, Olamide and TMO as well. These guys, you don't hear them, you don't see them, but they are behind ensuring we do bring this to you. Also, massive recognition, Basil Kabani, the man leading the park, the prepared team this season, as well as Iken, one of the coordinators, GTI as well, the significant partners of this league. From us, it'll be till next season, Guerrero.
Yes, we're honored to have served our nation in our own little way. I think this is, and yeah, congratulations to you as well. It's your very first campaign. It's your debut season, yeah. Anthony, the voice, right. Fantastic. Your debut season. I've had a huge honor and privilege of running most of this game with you. I don't think you should be a football coach. No matter how closer you are with some of these coaches, you should not be a football coach. Right. Stick to the microphone. I think you are indeed the voice. I think you're absolutely phenomenal. And for me, I've been absolutely honored to have served with some of these guys. And shout out to the guys at GTI as well. Yeah. All our broadcast partners, the guys at the LMC, NFF, NPFL. The
NPFL board now.
Yeah. Well done, guys. From all of us, it is God bless Nigeria. God bless you and your loved ones. We will see you in 2024-2025 season.